The enemy is not trying to destroy you. Destruction is too obvious, too dramatic, too easy to recognize and resist. His most effective strategy is far more subtle than that. He just needs you busy, distracted, occupied, running hard, but in the wrong direction. Because a chosen person who never walks in their purpose is just as neutralized as one who walked away completely. And the terrifying part is most of the distractions don't look like distractions. They look like opportunities. They look like relationships. They look like reasonable excuses. Today, I'm going to show you 5 specific ways the enemy distracts chosen people from their purpose, so you can recognize them before they cost you another year of your life. Before distraction 1, if you have been feeling like you are moving but not advancing, busy but not fruitful, hit subscribe right now. This channel exists for people who refuse to sleepwalk through their calling. Now, let's expose what the enemy has been doing. Distraction 1. Comfort. The enemy does not always come at chosen people with tragedy. Sometimes he comes with comfort. A season so stable, so predictable, so completely without urgency that the fire that once burned quietly goes out without anyone noticing, and you wake up one day, 5 years later, wondering where the hunger went. This is what happened to David. 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 1. In the spring, at the time when kings go off to war, David sent Joab out with the king's men. At the time when kings go to war, David stayed home. He was comfortable, established, no longer hungry the way he was in the cave. And in that comfort, walking on the roof when he should have been on the battlefield, he saw Bathsheba. The most catastrophic season of David's entire life did not begin with poverty or persecution. It began with comfort that produced idleness. Ask yourself honestly, has comfort made you idle? Is there a battlefield you should be on right now? An assignment you should be executing that you have quietly stepped back from because the season is too comfortable to feel urgency? Comfort is not the enemy of faith. Comfort that produces idleness is. Distraction 2. The wrong relationships. The enemy knows he cannot stop a chosen person alone, so he sends people, not obvious enemies, people who feel like gifts, relationships that are warm, enjoyable, deeply comfortable, but are quietly pulling you away from the direction God has been calling you toward. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. Bad company is not always obviously bad people. Sometimes it is good people in the wrong season. People whose vision is smaller than yours, not because they are bad, but because God is not calling them where He is calling you. And if you stay in step with them, you will match their pace, their ceiling, their level of risk, their level of faith. Samson was not destroyed by an army. He was destroyed by a relationship that felt like love, but was slowly draining everything God had placed in him. Delilah didn't attack him. She asked questions. She got close. She made him comfortable enough to reveal what he should have protected. Look at the relationships closest to you right now. Are they pulling you toward your purpose, or are they making you comfortable with the distance from it? Distraction 3. Busyness without fruitfulness. This is the enemy's most sophisticated trap for chosen people because it uses your own drive against you. You are busy, genuinely busy, working hard, moving fast, always doing something. But at the end of the week, when you sit quietly and ask the honest question, did I move toward what God actually called me to? The answer is no. You were busy with everything except the thing. Luke chapter 10. Martha is working furiously, serving, preparing, doing everything that needs doing. And Jesus says, Martha, Martha, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed. Indeed, only one. Many things versus one thing. The enemy does not need you to stop working. He just needs you working on everything except the one thing that actually matters. What is the one thing God has been calling you to that keeps getting pushed to the bottom of the list by everything urgent? That one thing is your purpose. Everything else is distraction wearing productivity's clothes.
Distraction 4. Offense and unforgiveness. This one will surprise you because it does not look like a distraction at all. It looks like justice. Someone hurt you, betrayed you, used you, dismissed you, and the offense was real. The wound is legitimate. But here is what the enemy knows that you might not. An offended chosen person is a distracted chosen person. Because unforgiveness does not just affect your relationship with God, it occupies mental and emotional bandwidth that was designed to be used for purpose. Every hour you spend rehearsing what they did, imagining what you should have said, monitoring what they are doing now, is an hour stolen from the assignment God placed in your hands. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Everything that hinders. Unforgiveness is weight, and you cannot run your race at full speed carrying weight that was never yours to carry. The person who hurt you may never apologize, but you cannot afford to let their offense hold your purpose hostage. Release it, not for them, for the race that is waiting for you on the other side of it. Distraction 5. Fear of the next level. The fifth distraction is the one nobody talks about, because admitting it requires a level of honesty most people are not ready for. The distraction is not outside you, it is inside you. It is the fear of actually stepping into what God has called you to. Because purpose sounds glorious from a distance, but up close, it requires risk, public failure, criticism from people who were comfortable with you staying small. And so, chosen people do something extraordinarily clever. They distract themselves. They stay busy with preparation without ever moving to execution. They wait for more confirmation when God already confirmed it. They help everyone else pursue their purpose to avoid the discomfort of pursuing their own. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. The fear is not from God, which means it is from the enemy, and it is the most effective weapon in his arsenal because it uses your own mind against your own calling. The thing you have been waiting to feel ready for, you will never feel ready for it. Moses didn't feel ready. Gideon didn't feel ready. Jeremiah didn't feel ready. God did not call them because they were ready. He called them because he was ready, and he needed a willing vessel, not a perfect one. Step toward the thing, not when you feel ready, now. 5 distractions. Comfort that produces idleness. Relationships pulling you away from your purpose. Busyness without fruitfulness. Offense and unforgiveness. Fear of the next level. The enemy is not fighting the person you are right now. He is fighting the person you are becoming and the impact that person is going to have on everyone around them. That is why the distractions are this specific, this targeted, this persistent. He has seen what God placed in you, and he is terrified of the day you finally walk in it fully. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Prepared in advance. Your purpose was not an afterthought. It was prepared before you were born, and it is waiting right now on the other side of every distraction the enemy has placed between you and it. Go to the comments right now and write, I will not be distracted from what God called me to. Say it as a declaration of war against every strategy the enemy has been running against your life. Subscribe for more truth that exposes the enemy's tactics and equips you to walk in what God actually created you for. Stay rooted, stay faithful, stay close to him. God bless.